What's up, Scums? Popcorn here. Today we're gonna play as a sniper, and I won't gonna just explain you the HUD and what the range is and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to simulate a real action, and I'm gonna show you everything I know about sniping. Maybe you know more, maybe you know less, but I hope that this is helpful. Before we start, I kindly ask you to drop a like on this video if you find anything helpful, of course. And if you consider subscribing, do like so. So first of all, I want to start out with the gear that we have today. We have an M82 and a Car 98. I must say that M82 with magazines, scope, suppressor, it is a heavy gun, and as you can see, only by having these two rifles on me, a couple of magazine bullets and nothing more, I already exceed 80% of the gear weight, so this is a lot. If you're using M82, make sure that you always lay down on the ground when you're using the rifle, because it will eat up your stamina really quick. So before going on any action as a sniper, I would suggest to know some of the hotkeys of a sniper rifle. So first of all, let's pull out the rifle, and as you know, if you pressed Shift R, you are gonna check ammo. Of course that you already know this, but I'm gonna show it anyway. Okay, another hotkey that you would want to know. Let's say for example that you're looking through the scope, and all of a sudden you have a player in front of you, but it is too close to shoot it through the scope. If you press and hold left control and then right click, you're gonna look under the scope. So this will allow you to shoot any close range players with this rifle if you don't have time to pull out the other rifle. If you hold left control and press right click again, you're gonna look through the scope again. Another hotkey that I wanna show you, let's lay down a little bit. Okay, when you're looking through the scope, you wanna zoom out and zoom in. So if you wanna zoom out and zoom in, you just hold left alt and press left click to zoom out, and press hold alt and press right click to zoom in. So this is how you zoom out and zoom in through the scope. Another thing that I wanna show you is you already know probably how to range it. You just tap left control and you're gonna range your target, but this will pop up for you some other information. The most important information that you wanna look at is the range, wind, and these are on the top left corner of the scope on the HUD, and also on the right you wanna go for the range settings for the scope. So if you want to change the range settings for the scope to be in order with the range of your target, so let's say for example, let's range this puppet really quick. He is 392 meters. So currently my scope is at 400 meters. This will be a pretty good setup to take out your target with a straight bullet if you're using M82. With a Car 98 it is a total other story, but I'm gonna explain you with that also. So let's say for example that I wanna range over here and I have 300 meters. I just press left shift and scroll down my mouse wheel, and I'm gonna set up 300 meters. This will go 100 meters by 100 meters by 100 meters when you scroll your mouse wheel. So this is how you set up your scope in order to be able to go to get a straight shot and not adjusting your aiming according with your target. Let's say for example that the wind is medium to high. So if you want to adjust the wind curve and the bullet drop, you will just press Alt, Shift, and then scroll your mouse wheel. This will adjust your wind curve of your bullet. So basically these are the hotkeys that you would want to know when you're using a sniper rifle. So right now let's simulate a real action. let's say for example I want to camp this gas station, or you're camping a city or a bunker or a base when you're raiding. um, First of all, you would want to get yourself in a position. Okay, let's say for example you want to find a spot in which to be hidden. What I suggest for you is to find a tree and a rock, uh, and you just stay in between. This is not the perfect spot, but this is just an example. You want to have something on your back and something to cover your front. Um, or also you can choose a grass, just lay on the ground. I usually don't take a huge backpack, like a hiking backpack, because it will give away my position, and by laying here in the grass, my backpack, it is pretty obvious. But if you can take like this grass over here, you can lay down and be covered. Also, you can take cover in front of a rock. If it's during the night, for example, and you're wearing black, you're gonna blend in straight away and you're not gonna be seen. Or also, I wouldn't suggest to hide in a bush, because hiding in a bush, you're gonna make a lot of noise every time you pull out your scope, your rifle, when you aim and stuff like that. Like this is not good for you to do. Instead, I'm gonna hide in between a tree and a bush. So this way I have a bit of coverage from the bush and from the tree, so I can hide over here. After you're choosing your spot, let's go back. After you're choosing your spot where you wanna camp that place, what I usually do, I lay on the ground if I have the M82, and I'm not gonna move from this position. I'm just gonna set up my landscape for to have a clear view of everything. And I'm gonna memorize every single spot on this picture, for example, because I'm not gonna move at all. And I'm gonna memorize every tree, every dark spot, and so on. If I wanna have a look on my surroundings, I'm just gonna hold Alt in third person view, and I'm gonna have my free view and see what's behind me or sideways, but I'm not gonna move. My character will stay in place. I'm gonna switch back to first player view, and I'm not gonna my character will not move. Also, after you choose your spot and you memorize everything in front of you, I'm looking for pixel movement. And if I see something which I am not used to it because I memorized everything, I will go for that spot and I'm gonna aim it to see what is over there. What you wanna do? Let's say, for example, that you have a high spot. I'm just gonna do this for the sake of this video. So we are here in this tower, okay? Let's lay it down on the ground. Take our weapon. What I usually do, I set up the perimeter, the range of the perimeter. So I would range this spot over here in front of me. And I know that this spot is at 49 meters, okay? Then I range a middle spot, let's say for example down here. And we are gonna have 300 meters, and I'm gonna range a further spot like those rocks over there, and I have 400 meters. Also, you can range left and right, and what this helps you to do is if you spot a player down here, you're gonna already know that you have to set up your scope at 100 meters or to pull out the other rifle to take it out. If you spot a player in the mid-range of your sight, of your landscape, you already know that you are at 300 meters and you're gonna set really quick your scope to 300 meters without tapping the left control, range it, and you're gonna miss your shot before all the information will come up. So you do this before the action will already come up and to shoot your target. And also, if you have a further away player over there, you're not gonna tap the control to range it. You know that over there are around 400 meters. You just go 400 meters and then you aim and shot. Okay, after you do all this, let's say for example that I spotted something 300 meters over there. So what you would want to do, you scope it, um, you look for the target. Okay, here we have our target. We spot the player. You already know that over here are around 300 meters. If you have time, you range it. But if not, I'm just gonna range it so I can show you. So we have 322 meters. A lot of players do like this. If there is 351 meters, they range it at 400 meters. Like if it's above 50, round it above, and if it's below 50, round it below. So we have over here 320 something meters. We are gonna range it at 300. When you spot a player, you just don't want to shoot him right away. You want to track it, as I said. You want to track it to see if there are other players around or if he has teammates. And in the moment that he's gonna take 1 second to stop, you're gonna take your shot. If you can aim it and shoot it while he runs away or run around, yeah, you can take that shot. But I prefer to wait and have one bullet, one kill instead of shooting bam, 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 bam and to take him down. Now comes the question: what you do after you are tracking and shooting a player? What you do? It depends on the situation. Usually, I change position, but it depends on the situation. As I said, if he has teammates, I'm just gonna wait a while to see if they are alerted. Um, if you are far away, like over 300 meters far from your target, he's not gonna hear the shot or position that you are shooting from. So you are pretty safe, you can stay in the same position. But if you are closer, like below 300 meters, he's gonna hear the shot and he's gonna track you down. The best thing to do when you took your shot, in the moment you took your shot, you go up and change position. But if you are over 300 meters away, you don't have to worry about. You have to worry about only on the surroundings to know all your surroundings. Maybe you're with a teammate and he's gonna cover your back. And now let's go for some practice. Let's find ourselves a candidate over here. So we have this puppet. Bear in mind that if players are facing sideways, they are harder to shoot down. So we range this one. We have it at 330 meters. I'm gonna go for 300 because of the M82. It has a straight shot and we can take him down. So if you're using an M82, I haven't included the SVD because SVD it is in between the M82 and Car 98. Car 98 it is good, SVD it is better, M82 for me it is the best. So we have our target over there. We aim it and with the M82 we just go straight for the shot, holding left control to hold your breath and steady your aim. And here we have our target on the ground. After you shoot, your scope will wobble around like this, but in a few seconds will be steady again. So we shoot our target. If you don't have a suppressor on this rifle, the recoil will be huge and your scope will go like wobbling around when you shoot and you're gonna lose target. But if you're using a suppressor, the recoil is not so powerful. Okay, let's swap the rifles, and here we have the Car 98. And with the Car 98, you have to bear in mind that if the bullet is not so big as the BMG .50 BMG of the M82, the bullet will have a higher drop, and the curve of the bullet will be different because it is not so heavy as the other ones. So having in mind that most of the players will have a Kar 98 SVD or less powerful sniper rifles, what you would want to do with these ones, after you set up your HUD and after you range your target, you would want to do like this. Let's choose a candidate over here. Okay, we have this one. Let's range it. We have it 350. So I'm gonna put my scope at 400. It is already on 400. If you wanna take the shot and if you wanna kill the target, you would want to aim at the chest or at the legs. It depends if you're on a slope as I am over here. The drop of the bullet would not be so high, but if you're shooting upwards or straight, your bullet will drop more. So let's choose another target because I lost that target. 341 meters. I'm gonna go for 400. So if you wanna take the shot, if your target is below your scope range, like I have 400 now and the target range is 300, I'm gonna aim for the legs or for the chest. If you are closer, you would want to aim for the neck in order to get a headshot. But if you're aiming at the legs or at the chest, for sure you're gonna hit your target. Target at 265 meters. We are at 300 meters with the scope, so we are gonna aim for the chest. And the target is down. So, for you to understand, the bigger the gap is between the range and the scope. For example, we had that target at 300 meters and I set my scope at 500 meters. You have to aim lower at the legs. So for example, if we are at 300 meters and we move the scope to 100 meters, you have to aim above their head in order to be able to take down the target. Okay, so let's give it a try. We are at 300 meters. Let's range it again to be sure, but I am really sure. Okay, so we are at 330 meters and my scope is at 100 meters. So we have to aim above their head to be able to take down the target. And here we go. As you can see, aim it above the head. You're gonna hit the target. You want to rate the scope range and the scope setting for the range. You have to keep it as close as the range. But as I said, for me it is easier to have the range at 330 meters and put it at 400 meters because this will allow me to aim for the chest and get the neck or the head. And I am sure that I'm gonna hit the target instead of putting it at 300 meters and try to aim it straight. This will compensate the drop of the bullet and also the wind and everything. For me it works. I hope that it will work for you. Basically this was all for today, guys. I hope that this was helpful for you. Don't forget to stay safe, stay great, and see you, as always, in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.